Scott, new role or new job title, but pretty similar role to what you've been doing.
Yeah, I mean, I think once I first came here, my job was to obviously coach the 23s, but also try and help drive the programme and develop the programme here. Obviously some really good work done previously, but I think we just felt that something needed to just be introduced to make us a little bit more consistent in what we're trying to do. And trying to do both, I just felt that was pretty difficult at times.
Yeah, because how important is this side, the side that you're going to be focusing on now, to the club as it tries to grow and move forward?
Yeah, I mean, I think if we look at the first team squad, actually, how much the academy saves as a first team in terms of players in there with your Dohertys, with your Danny Baths, with your Morgans, your Brights. That saves the club a lot of money. So in terms of signings, transfer fees, and to replace them would cost a lot of money. So from that point of view, we feel we've been pretty successful. But we don't just want it to stop now. We've now gone to the Premier League. The levels are going to go up again. So I think my job really is to make sure that in 10 years' time, we're not talking still about Danny Bath, about Morgan Gibbs-White, that we're talking about the next crop of young players that are coming through. As I've always said since I've been here, I want to see a conveyor belt of young players coming through and pushing into the first team.
Yeah, because we mentioned those players. I guess the main target is to make sure it's not just one or two or three or four. It's got to be bigger numbers coming through.
Yeah, I mean, like I said before, as you go into the Premier League, it becomes more difficult. The levels are going higher. The players over last season that have been introduced into the football club, again, we can all see the level. Your Ruben Neves, your Jotas, the people like this, the quality that's probably never been seen here. So that makes our job more difficult. We have to step up to that level, and that's hopefully what I'll be trying to do. I'll be trying to work with the academy across all the age groups from 6, 7, all the way up to the 23s to make sure that we're working in the same direction for the same goal.
Yeah, because how much of it is about integrating all those different groups, and maybe not just specifically those teams, but other parts of the football club as well?
Yeah, I think especially with the elite players we have, so we've definitely, in the younger ages, got some real talented players, is making sure that their programme becomes a little bit more specific for them so that we're challenging them. Morgan at 15 was playing in the 18s, at 16 was playing in the 23s, at 16 played in the first team, because we specifically decided that he needed challenging and whatever he was playing in was too easy. So if nobody's driving that, if nobody's pushing that and checking on that and challenging the coach to say, okay, yeah, if we keep Morgan in the 16s, we'll win every week, but actually that's not good enough. We need to get him in the 18s and the 23s to make sure that we challenge him as a player so that he can reach the levels that we want him to reach.
Rob coming in to take on the work with the 23s with you, obviously you've worked with him in the academy beforehand. How important is his knowledge of the players coming into this job?
I mean, firstly, we went through an interview process and spoke to quite a few people, and at the end of it, Rob came out as the best person. There's no doubt about that. His knowledge of the football club, he's an ex-player, I think helps as well. But obviously, working with him before, know him well, trust him. Fantastic person, first and foremost. Great coach, works really well with young players, and I think when I look at him, I see he has the same passion like myself for developing players, and I think that's the most important bit.
So how confident are you in the setup that you've got in the academy now?
Yeah, I think across the whole setup there's been big changes. From the recruitment side now we're looking more at recruiting players, to work with the very good young players we've got here, and just basically trying to raise the levels, to challenge at 23s, to challenge at 18s, but most of all to make sure we keep developing players to get into the first team. Since I've been in development football a lot of years now, for me, your only judges players that are playing first team football, and it might be at Wolves. They might not be good enough for Wolves at the end of it, but they may be going playing somewhere else. See Jim Kellerman signed for St Mirren this summer from Aldershot. Again, it's great for us in an academy to see players making careers.
Yeah, the alumni.
Yeah. I mean, obviously they're always a Wolves player in my opinion. They're always one of your lads. Some of the lads have left us, having phone calls with them, where you going, what's happening. So they're always there'll always be a Wolves player in our eyes.